not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the National League 5-minute preview. It's match day 43, and I apologise, I have a very sore throat, but the content must keep coming. As Morecambe take on Carlisle United this Easter Monday. Obviously, it feels very weird having the game on a Friday, and then today being Saturday, it actually feels like a Sunday, and then we play again on Monday. But Carlisle taking the short trip down the M6 to Morecambe on Monday in what could be a very interesting game, to be fair. Carlisle need to solidify that third place position, in my opinion. A frustrating draw on Friday, and Morecambe with a fantastic win, fighting for their lives down in the relegation zone. But the opposition then in Morecambe, also known as the Shrimps, their manager is Jim Bentley, and they were founded in 1920. They play their football at the Mazuma Mobile Stadium, which holds 6,476. Hopefully be packed out on Monday. Definitely a sellout away end, hopefully a decent home following as well. And from Carlisle to the Mazuma Stadium is a 138 mile round trip, which take you just around 2.5 hours. It's a very short journey down to Morecambe, probably one of the easiest away days there is, to be fair, from a Carlisle perspective. Carlisle then currently sit in third with 85 points, that 0-0 against Gateshead on Good Friday, a 2-1 win against Braintree, a 1-0 against Halifax, a 6-1 against Boston, and then that defeat against Tamworth. Morecambe sit in 22nd with 37 points, a fantastic 4-2 away win at Rochdale. Rochdale slipping into second position because of that result. But then it's been 3 defeats, a 2-0 against Aldershot, 3-2 against Hartlepool, and a 3-2 against Yeovil, and then a 1-1 draw against Braintree. So not being good enough for Morecambe. Probably should have made that manager change a lot earlier than they did. Especially probably should have done it around here when Carlisle beat them just at the end of 2025, that 1-0 Luke Armstrong goal, giving Carlisle all 3 points in front of 8,000 fans. But yeah, no, I think the manager change came too late for Morecambe, and that's, why they're down there in that position. But they will be looking to have that fight back ability. They have a really, really tough run in, to be fair, between now and the end of the season, though. Looking at the ones to watch, then I remember Lewis Payne, the right back, signed for Morecambe in the summer. The 21-year-old has 4 goals this season, 2 of which came at the weekend against Rochdale. And I remember Stephen Wern for Carlisle, the centre attacking midfielder, joined us in 2025 in the January, believe it or not. I feel like he's been here for years. The 25-year-old, he's a fantastic player, isn't he? He's out of play, out of possession, press and everything is second to none. Looking at my Carlisle 11, and I've been a little bit changed, of course. Chris Clark seems to be out in the near future, so I can't include him. But I remember Gabe Reason, that's been Morgan Feeney's captain next to Terrell Thomas. Jack Ellis keeps his position at right back with Ryan Galvin coming back into the team at left back. Then got Harvey McAdam, who I think has been a fantastic player this season. I just noticed him more and more every single week. He's been brilliant for us, very consistent. And then I got Alex Gilead in the other centre defensive mid position. Of course, McAdam making his, back down to Morecambe. He came from Morecambe as well, didn't he? But anyway, I've then got David Edgeboy, Regan Linney on the wings with Stephen Wern as the centre attacking midfielder. And I want to say Yeboah, is that how you pronounce it? The new lad from Bristol City as a striker. He's came on the wing in the last couple of games, so maybe that's not the correct position for him. I would like to see Hugh Parker get another chance. I think some of the criticism he's getting is very harsh on him. I thought he was very unlucky yesterday against Gateshead, but I have went with that little switch there. Of course, there's no Kelly, there's no Armstrong as far as I'm aware. So I went with our second lone striker there. And of course, unfortunately, Charlie White isn't able to start. He's not fit enough to start a game. Although if he was, then he'd be straight in there for me. But looking at the match day 43 predictions, we start with Brackley 2, Boston 2, Braintree 0, Woking 3, Eastleigh 0, Yeovil 1, FC Halifax Town 2, Tamworth 0, Gateshead 0, Scunthorpe 1, Hartlepool 1, Rochdale 2. Rochdale will be looking to bounce back, as I say, they've dropped down into second position, which personally, I would prefer to be playing Rochdale than York in the playoffs, even though it's not going to be an easy task either way. But then we've got Morecambe 1, Carlisle 1, Solihull 2, Bournemouth 3, Sutton 2, Southend 2, relegated Truro City 1, Forest Green 0, Wellstone 1, Aldershot 0, and then York 1, Altrincham 1. But yeah, I went with a 1-1. I think Morecambe will be up for Carlisle. Unfortunately, could have played another 90 minutes and still wouldn't have scored on Monday. So I'm going with a equal 1-1 scoreline. But what are your predictions? And thank you for watching this video. I've been CU04, and I'll see you in the next one.